Hey everyone, just Tara today. In the description of my last video, I promised everyone I'd really explain why I don't do content very often. This isn't an easy video for me to do, with good reason. Um, let's just say you already know that we have kids at home. One is 7, the other's 6 months now. 6 months trying to skip crawling and go straight to standing up. She's done a lot of face planting. Let's we can leave that one there. But one of the big reasons why I don't get on and hang out with people, stream or do content uploading very often, I hate talking about these things. I do. And the reason is, again, you're gonna hear it. It's mental illness. Um, I've I've been mentally ill my entire life, so I don't really know any other way of living. I only know how to just get by. And by get by, I mean I have a lot of bad days. Sadly, more bad days than good ones. hmm so a lot of the time, if I try to get on I'm just not there. And there are days where I really am, and that's when you'll see me try to do some kind of upload or even get online. Most of the time, I'm just sticking to myself because that's what I know. I know some people would say, talk to a therapist or, get medication from your doctor. Well, you kind of need insurance that covers therapy, and we don't. We don't have that. And medications, I do have a long history of it just not working. When I was young, I was medicated a lot, or a lot. And by a lot, I mean a lot. I felt like a guinea pig. Let's leave it at that. They never worked. And even in my early adulthood, they really didn't work. So the only thing that's really worked for me is just getting by. That's all I can really do. So on my bad days, I more or less keep to myself. And by keep to myself, I mean only handle the needs of my family at home. I won't socialize. So I spend a lot more time not socializing. And I will say these past 2 years has not been great for that kind of thing. It's actually made the problem worse. And by the last 2 years, I'm certain everyone knows what we're talking about here. I don't want to go into further details because details suck. But yeah, that's a big reason why I hardly ever do anything. Or it's rare to see me on, or it's rare to see me upload or stream because more or less I'm not the social person people think I am. I'm really not a social person. I used to be. I used to be quite social. I used to be a social person. I'm not anymore. I've kind of lost my patience with a lot of different behaviors people have. But that's entirely on me, not anyone else or anything like that. That's me. So if I'm not talking to you, it's mostly me. It's mostly that I just can't do it. I I don't even like talking about this because I've gone my whole life trying not to talk about it because I don't like talking about mental illness because it's something I go through every single day. I know a lot of people who are content creators at some point, a lot of them will talk about mental illness. And for me, I hate talking about it because that is my everyday and that's been my whole life. And I don't like it being, I like to not let it be something that hampers me every day. But like I said, the last 2 years made it that much worse. Um, just getting by. I'm just trying to get by. That's about it. But I guess you can tell this isn't an easy thing for me to talk about. Plain and simple. Uh, say mental illness became very prevalent for me probably about since I was 8 years old. I'm 33 now, and they're still here. I'm still dealing with the same problems I had when I was young. minus the anger. I'm not as angry as I used to be. I sometimes feel like I should be, but no, I'm not as angry as I used to be or anything like that. But again, it's hard to talk about purely because how do I put this? When I was young, mental illness in the 90s and early 2000s, they weren't looked at well. Um, Everyone took you with an eye of suspicion. So I spent a lot of time being psychoanalyzed, and if I ever got upset about anything, yeah, everything ended badly for me. So emotions often had to be suppressed at all times. And I'm in a situation now, or have been for a long time now, where I have to keep an exact certain state of mind at all times because anything otherwise causes undue stress to everyone else around me. And I'm talking, it doesn't need to be much. So, yeah, that it wears me down a lot. So, I'm just trying to get back to being social or even getting used to different types of stress management. Yeah, there we go. We can chalk it up to stress management needs. Does that work? I don't freaking know anymore. But mainly, I'm just trying to keep my head together for my kids and my family. And I do want to be here. I enjoy making content. I have a lot of trouble with people. That's what I'm struggling with a lot when it comes to content creation. People. It's not even them. It's, like I said, it's me. It's all on me. But if I can get past that without someone trying to shove a pill down my throat for me to be normal, fuck yourself if you're going to try to give me that kind of stuff. Fuck your level of normal. Because that's not normal. For me, medication was a prison. Always was a prison, and it always will be. For some people, I understand that they need it. But I can't say it's for everyone with mental health problems. Medications for me always ended badly, and that's been ever since even the last time I tried using them. And in fact, I want to say the last time I tried using mental health medications was a little over 3 years ago, I think. I want to say it was about 3 years ago. And it was supposed to be for the conditions that I do have, and I am not going into detail about what conditions I have because that's my business, not yours. Not anyone's business, but my own. That's for me and my doctor. This is not easy for me. The last medication I tried with my doctor or my previous doctor, not saying what it was or what it was for. It caused a spike in severe depression and feelings of aggression. So I stopped taking it altogether. One of the things it was supposed to help with, they didn't. It made everything worse. So I learned I just have to deal with it. So everything I do is all on my strength. And the unfortunate thing is not everyone gets support. I don't think I should say about why, but often you're in a situation where you're not going to have support. Or some people do, some people don't. And for me, I'm on my own. It's been my whole life. I've had to deal with this on my own, more or less. And a lot of it is, like I said, in the 90s, early 2000s, it was literally just you were looked at as a problem altogether. And even then, people who wanted to help either went over the top, or by over the top, I mean, monitor everything you do and feel or think, or ignore you. Because a lot of times back then, people didn't know what to do because it was still, Well, it's still difficult to deal with. I don't like talking about this because I guess the easiest way to put it is that people get a certain image of who someone is. I typically don't care because you can think of me however you want because that doesn't change who I am as me as a person. But in this kind of situation, this is something I try and terribly, I'll put it at that, terribly to hide. And well, I think there are more times than not over the past 2 years where it's been apparent that I have some things going on in my brain. This has actually weighed on me quite a bit for the past couple of years because there was another content creator YouTuber who I discovered had been battling with mental health quite severely, and he's not around anymore. I really liked his content. I respected him. I thought he was a great guy, but he's not here anymore. I don't want to go into details for who, but it kind of hit home, like knowing what happened to this content creator whom I respected. It freaked me out. It really freaked me out because I realized, what, like, the fear I have is, what if I crack? I've been God damn it. I've been trying to hold myself together for, well, if I was 8 years old, I've been dealing with this actively for 25 years straight. There has been no respite in this for me. So if I've been dealing with this for 25 plus years, never really making any progress forward with it. I mean, I can't really say backward. I mean, still here. The main thing is I don't want to be the person to actually crack. Because for one, I'm too stubborn to actually dark topics kind of stuff. But saw this dude who always put on this absolute smile and creativity and trying to keep high energy, everything he did. And I did notice after a while things started slowing down toward the end. And then, hearing the news when was his girlfriend or his wife? I'm trying to remember. It's been a few years since this happened, where it just announced that he's no longer here because I guess he couldn't take it anymore. I don't want to go into details for how or why because that's their business and I want to respect them. But again, it hit home for me is like, if I don't figure out a way to start dealing with this, I fear, and I mean this as a genuine fear, I fear that maybe one day I'll end up cracking. I don't want to because I love my kids. I love Lilia. I love Buttercup. I love Sweet Pea. And I want to see them grow. I don't want to, not be here because, well, that would suck. I want to be here for them at all. Like, as much as I could say always, I want to be here for them. And with how things are going in the world and financially, I'm honestly scared right now. Because, like I said, these past 2 years have been unbelievably stressful. I can barely afford food. We can barely afford our utilities because they keep going up. Things are getting more expensive. Things are getting rougher socially because we spent over a year, what was it, like a year and a half, just locked away, and everyone angry at each other in public because you're supposed to wear your mask, stay away from everyone. And I understand that you were supposed to be safe. You were supposed to be careful to look out for each other. But the main thing I did notice with all of that social distancing, lockdowns, masks, and everything, it only made people really, really pissed off. And unfortunately, I wasn't free from that. I did my best to keep a level head, keep my cool, put on a smile for people. But I realized I was getting angrier and angrier. And I'm still dealing with that because it got to the point I couldn't even get online and deal with people anymore because it kind of felt like I forgot how to talk to people. And I'm still trying to get that semblance of being able to talk to people back. It's not back. So really, I feel like I am completely controlled by the whims of my own freaking brain, and I'm pretty much a prisoner to my own brain right now. How about that? Yeah, let's just, I guess. But I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to keep my head together. I'm trying to get back to content and live streaming because hopefully we can bring it to a point where it's not going to be a burden on my family to try to do anything like this. And that's a big reason why sometimes I wonder if I should be doing it at all, is because right now it is a burden on my family because it's mostly stress. And by mostly stress, I'm not kidding. It's mostly stress that we're experiencing. And just like I said, being a prison to your own head makes it harder to keep yourself together with your family. So the faster I can get myself stable, I guess would be an easy one. As stable as me can be. The faster we can do that, the faster I'll be able to more actively do content that's not just self-deprecating. How about that? Because I will admit that last video was very self-deprecating. And it was only a half-truth. It was only why I didn't do content the previous day was because of that. I do have some actual physical ailments, but I don't need to tell you any more than that, honestly. But so it was a half-truth. The real reason is I am really at the mercy of my mental health right now, and it fucking sucks. But alas, I'm going to try to get my head in the game so I can start doing a little more. I might even just, flip it. I might even just try to do a VRchat live stream sometime, but I might be an asshole. Because lately I have been feeling like one. I hope people fully understand that I know people struggle with mental health, and if you do, yes, talk to a doctor, not just your friends, okay? Talk to a doctor, someone who can help you if you feel like it's becoming a major problem. And hopefully your insurance will cover it. Mine doesn't. We live in a place where insurance doesn't cover that kind of stuff. Not everywhere does because unfortunately, there are a lot of people that don't believe in mental health. It's a work in progress. But again, those who do struggle with it, best of luck. Because it ain't great. It's not great. I wish everyone better health and to calm the fuck down from everything that's been going over these last 2 years. If you live in a state that can and you can, have a few doobies or something. Take a load off, okay? It might actually do some good. I would if I could, but nope, I can't. Because that causes me more problems. Like being really angry. Doobies make me angry in the head. Or I have a seizure. Take your pick. Anyway, but if you can, have some of that. Take a load off. Otherwise, if it's a problem for you, talk to a doctor. That's all I can advise. I need some water. I need to relax. Maybe a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or something. to stop feeling so goddamn because that's another thing. Me just talking about this stuff actually stresses me out further. I'm one of those kinds of people where if I talk about my problems, I get more worked up. So I just don't. Don't ask me about my problems. In fact, if I'm making content or live streaming, don't ask me about my problems because I'll just get more stressed out. Don't. My problems. I honestly, I just want to keep poking you guys right now. Put on your 3D glasses right now. Put on your 3D glasses now. They're my problems. So please, y'all, don't ask me about them. I'll handle myself. Best I can, of course. Because, like I said, I enjoy watching my children grow. In fact, one of them's in the living room right now screaming. She woke up. She doesn't sleep. Ever. But that's what I've got for everyone. I'll see everyone around. Words of encouragement would be nice once in a while, though. I will say that. But we all know how it goes. Mental health is a bitch. That's the easiest one. Mental health can suck it. By that I mean, by suck it, I literally mean fuck off brain. And don't use alcohol if you have mental health problems. Don't use alcohol to solve your problems. Don't do what I did. It's a very destructive pattern you will never escape. Bye, everyone. I'll see everyone. Yes, I'll see everyone hopefully soon. Again, I'd love to stream for everyone. But got to get past all this. See ya. Come here, microwave.